we will be meeting and hopefully being able to get a federal declaration of emergency. We do not know at this time how wide the declaration at the federal level might be, but we are very hopeful that we will get the necessary assistance from a federal declaration as well. We will know more about that as we assess all of the damage in the state, and we will have a meeting later this afternoon to try to bring all of that information together and then forward it to the appropriate federal authorities at FEMA. I would like to, at this point, just to turn it over to Charlie English, who is head of GEMA, and let Charlie tell you what is going on, and then we'll be glad to try to take your questions after that.
Thank you, Governor. Yesterday, as the weather approached, we had good warning from the National Weather Service. We had good coordination with all the counties, and I think the reason why the death wasn't any greater than it was because of the citizens paying attention to the warnings and taking shelter. You've got a great team here in North Georgia. You've got a great team of citizens and next door neighbors that are going in harm's way to help one another, and they did that last night and they're continuing to do that today. Governor's charged state assets with folding in and supporting these local resources. So we're going to help people get back on their feet. We're going to take care of life safety issues, and then we can concern ourselves with recovery later. And we're doing that in those 13 counties that have been significantly impacted, and we're continuing to survey in other areas.
I too want to commend our state resources, the people who have worked very hard in the wake of this disaster. Also the local authorities who have worked cooperatively, the sheriff's offices, the firefighters, the state patrol. We've had a great team effort. And as you probably have seen, we are having volunteers from other parts of the state who are trained to come in case of disasters, and we appreciate the fact that they would volunteer their services and their equipment. That makes a big difference. We're just Georgians helping each other, and that's one of the great things about the people of our state. I want to also thank the elected officials who are here today, our state senators and representatives, and our United States representatives who is here, and representatives from the other congressional and from the other senatorial offices who are here as well. We're all concerned about this, and we're going to try to bring every effort to bear to try to make sure that we relieve the situation here just as soon as we possibly can. Let me then open it up to your questions, and we'll be glad to try to respond.
Governor, can you tell us your first impressions as you flew over the sites, what you thought as you were looking down on the cities?
I think anyone who looks at this is just hard to imagine that nature can be this devastating. Having seen tornado effects in the past, I am familiar with the damage that they can do. But this is an unusually wide swath that was cut with this particular area here, and also over in the Dade County area. And to have multiple tornadoes in the same general vicinity is something a little bit unusual in terms of my understanding and knowledge of that. But it is truly devastating, and we're very fortunate, quite honestly, that we did not have more loss of life, because it has covered a very wide area all across this northwest Georgia part of our state.
Past disasters, homeowners have become frustrated because they get bogged down with the promised help and then red tape. What is in place this time to assure they can get the quick help, and what do they need to do?
Well, let me turn that over to Charlie, because he is dealing with that, I think, from the state agency level. Charlie?
Morris, first of all, we're going to make sure that people have shelter, and that's being done through this community. Then we're going to worry about getting people back in their homes, and the folks who may not have the proper insurance will hopefully get a FEMA declaration. And if that's the case, there's been much improvement done with the call centers, the 1-800 numbers, the processing time, and quite frankly, on the back end, the verification to make sure that we're helping the people that need to be helped, not just the ones who might try to take advantage of the system. So I think there's some safeguards built in, and there's some ease of use. Get to it through the internet as well as the phone number.